With the first performance less than 24 hours away, there's a lot of money at stake and some big decisions to be made.
We'll decide tonight whether we need to postpone tomorrow's performance. If the ice isn't ready, we'll have to postpone. If the ice isn't flat or thick enough, the performers will have no way to work on it. It's a big problem.
It's the morning of the first show, and Coach Chin checks out the ice makers. They've been running non-stop all night and should have made about 4 centimeters of ice, just enough to put on a show. But inside the gym, it's another story. The ice is still poor and patchy. The troupe's body language says it all. But Director Guan won't tolerate these glum faces.
As I told you before, if you can't pull yourself together, then I don't think you are fit to be performers. So sit up and stop slouching. Sit up straight like soldiers. We won't tolerate that kind of attitude here. We're confronted with a difficult situation, so you just have to pull yourself together and face it. Your attitude is the most crucial thing that determines whether we can get through this.
Harsh words for the young acrobats. But Coach Chin knows from experience that this approach works.
In China, there's a proverb: be strict to those you're close to and tolerate those who are not. That means being strict on those you care for so they can develop.
Outside, the troupe holds an emergency meeting with the promoter. In true showbiz style, they all agree that the show must go on.
If the ice isn't ready for the first and second performances, we'll give the audience members another ticket that allows them to come to the show again when the ice is ready.
They have just 8 hours to prepare a totally new show that takes the ice routines and puts them on the stage. They also add in some of their favorite routines from their pre-ice troupe days. Remarkably, with just an hour to opening, the troupe has cobbled together a new stage show. With a bit of luck and a sympathetic audience, they might just pull it off. In a last-ditch attempt to fill the ruts, they bring in blocks of dry ice. At minus 78.5 degrees Celsius, it should help speed things up. But it won't be in time for the opening show. The bungee routine takes off, and their nerves and lack of practice are showing. But they needn't have worried. The Taiwanese crowd gives the troupe all the support they need. It's also a day of triumph for the non-ice routines. But Xiao Tong can only watch from the wings, knowing her trapeze act should have been performing overhead. Wang Long's Pitiao act, minus his skates, thrills the crowd. The aerial ribbons are spectacular, despite the rough ice. Chunmei sparkles with confidence, her earlier nerves now behind her. Pei Long's hat trick is usually a challenge, but it's a piece of cake without his skates on. The final routine was put together just a few hours ago. But it's such a hit that it may become a permanent part of the show. In no time at all, they're bidding their opening audience farewell and celebrating.
If we had ice, it would be even better because we've been practicing on ice for so long. But I still feel pretty good about today's performance.
The fact that we mastered these routines off the ice first helped us perform well today.
They've carried the day, but can they make this tour a success? Out on the rink, the battle with the ice continues. Dry ice works well on the trenches, but over the whole surface, liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees might just do the trick. Over the next few nights, the show becomes a mix of acts, on and off the ice. Although the ice is improving, midweek audiences start to dwindle. Perhaps word is out that not all of the show is performed on the rink. But the acrobats put their all into every performance. More acts move onto the ice as conditions improve. But the slushy ice makes it hard for anyone to shine. By Saturday morning, there's a growing sense of expectation. At last, the ice is looking good, and nearly 12,000 seats have sold for their 4 weekend shows. The troupe has one last chance to complete a full show on ice to a capacity crowd. Even Chin Yu is encouraged enough to haul out her platform skates. It's been 4 weeks since she last had them on, and they'll take a bit of getting used to.
At the moment, I don't feel completely safe skating on these, and I need someone to support me as I practice. Wutong, come here. Hurry up. Oh, look at it. The forward ones and the backward ones. I'm rocking backward and forwards.
Then, just as they look forward to the chance of good ice conditions, fate strikes a cruel blow. A figure skater digs the points of his skates into the thin ice, rupturing one of the refrigeration pipes. If the flow can't be stopped and the rink repaired, then the show might have to be cancelled.
Go and get the suckers and start sucking up this liquid.
They can only look on in despair. To fix the pipe, they need to shut off the ice makers. But then the rink will soften. And there's less than an hour to showtime. They stem the flow of liquid, but now there's a hole in the rink surface that needs to be filled and frozen in record time. It's too late to cancel. Their only hope is that the repair holds once the ice makers are fired back up, or their show could turn to mush. If the audience is feeling the cold, the troupe is certainly feeling the heat. The future success of the ice show depends on this last performance in Taiwan. Figure skating opens the show. She'll need to avoid the slippery corner where the leak occurred. But it's exactly where she's meant to do her opening pirouette. It's going to be a tough night. Now it's the bungee boys' turn. They know that if the rink conditions compromise the ice routines, it will be acts like theirs that need to stand out. Jin Yu kicks off the skipping act. Pei Long's routine is tough on the soft surface.
Come on, Sun. Please don't film me. You will make me go blank.
Then the soft ice claims another victim. In true acrobatic style, Chung Mei puts on a brave face. The long post boys finally get the chance to pull off their dramatic head-to-head stunt on the ice. And Wang Long finishes with a flourish.